Hey guys, it's CapCorgi here. I hope you're having a great day. Unfortunately, I have some not so great news, but I wanted to cover it openly with you guys as I cover all things. Normally I cover a lot of gaming news, mostly cover gaming news, but sometimes I cover some Twitch news as well. And this video is about Twitch news. At the TwitchCon, which is a convention for, obviously, people who are streamers and people who want to meet their favorite streamers. It has become a travesty yet again this year. This is a massive security issue. One of the biggest streamers on the platform got attacked. So I wanted to cover the news, give it to you straight, and let you know what is going on, what happened, where the failure lies with, and whose head should roll. Spoilers, it's Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch. Let's dive in. This is the issue. So, Emiru, one of the biggest streamers on the platform, one of the biggest female streamers on the platform. I think she was definitely number 2, I think, like last year or something like that. Huge streamer. And a very nice lady. I've actually interacted with this lady. I was in OTK's top streamer competition last year. A really nice moment where I was able to meet a lot of large streamers, compete against a bunch of other streamers of various sizes, most of whom were like quite large streamers, and made some really cool friends from the entire experience, and was judged by a lot of, like, you know, the professional streamers out there, including, in this case, Emiru. And, you know, she was a very nice person. She judged me fairly. She gave me lots of good feedback, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm making this video partly because, you know, Emiru is just like a decent person, and like she's a great streamer. And so while I would never want something bad to happen to any streamer, I really definitely don't want something bad like this to happen to Emiru, of all people. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. So this is what happened. I will show the video, and I will link it in the description below. So if you want to see it for yourself, if you want to find, like, you know, any other source or anything like that, feel free to verify anything I say all the time. I never shy away from that. But this is what happened at TwitchCon in the first 3 hours of TwitchCon. And we'll talk about why this happened. We'll talk about where the failure lies and everything as well afterwards. But this is what happened. So Emiru is doing a meet and greet. And this meet and greet has some complications as well. So stay tuned. And this random, you know, asshole came up in this disgusting plaid shirt and tried to, like, hug or grope Emiru or something. And I mean, it's just assault. Like, it's absolutely assault. And then the security guard pushes him away. But what you don't see in this video, and I think there's a longer video as well. Let me see if I can find that for you. Here it is. This it? Let's see if this is it. No, this is a 10-second clip. The security guard did not arrest or detain this guy. I'm trying to find that footage. There's a lot of footage of this event all over the place, and here I can definitely find a longer one. I saved the longer clip somewhere in my information. Longer clip. Here it is. So this is the longer clip, and so what you'll see here is the security guard that pushes the guy away. First of all, one thing to notice is everyone is just standing there like fucking idiots. But, I mean, like, you know, I don't really expect, you know, the audience members to really dive into this situation, possibly dangerous situation. So you'll see the guard pushes him away, and I'll zoom in on this. I have a zoomed-in video. But if you look at the guy's hand, it kind of looks like he has, like, a knife or something. So, see this? I will zoom in on it. But you see that? What is that, a shiv, a knife? Like, this could have been an absolute, like, you know, from an assault to a murder situation, you know? Like, who knows with some fuckers like this? But you look at this guy, this security guard, and they let him go! The guy's walking off! This is insane! I've seen a lot of bad situations that happen at TwitchCon, and I will go through the history of all of the terrible things that happen at TwitchCon. Everything from assaults, to sexual harassment, to, you know, roofing, to everything in between. I mean, like, it's absolutely insane. But the point is that security has always been a fucking joke, and not a funny joke by any means whatsoever, a bad joke, a disgusting joke at this event. And it is due to Twitch and their various policies of lackadaisical security, not hiring proper security, and also a major change that they added last year. Now, large streamers, for example, in this case, Emiru, are no longer allowed to bring their own security. And I'll dive into why that happened and what's going on with that as well. But yeah, so that's like a little bit of the main crux. But this is actually insane. Twitch did have a... okay, this is the zoomed in. Let me show you the zoomed in. So this is the zoomed in video. I was able to find this on Twitter. So yeah, there's definitely something in this guy's hand. It could be a pen. There's no verification on what this object is, by the way. Zero verification. And I don't think they expected anyone to actually have video of this situation. But this is... I will link this in the description below for sure. So you can take a look at it yourselves. Try to figure out what you guys think it is. But this is real. This is absolutely real footage. And, but yeah, who knows what it is? Who knows what it is? But this is where it gets worse. This is absolutely where it gets worse. So we have a situation here where Emiru is talking about how they were not allowed to have their own security. And not only that, they were forced to do this meet and greet. So Emiru, large streamer, you know, she does a lot of events, IRL events. For anyone who doesn't know her, we're going to have some fucking idiots. We have some fucking idiots in all these comments talking about, oh, well, you know, it's you're farming sips, and what do you expect? That kind of bullshit. First of all, no one ever deserves, you know, actual assault or anything like that by any means whatsoever. Anyone who thinks that, you're a fucking retard, and you need to get like, you know, off this platform forever. You're terminally online. You have some skewed thoughts about, like, how people work, how women work, anything like that, and you need fucking help. Beyond that, Emiru is not an OnlyFans creator. Emiru doesn't do any kind of spicy content or anything like that. You know, that term is thrown around. She's not a bathtub streamer, or like, sorry, not bathtub, hot tub streamer or anything like that. She is a gamer. She does primarily games, and she does some IRL stuff, and she does cosplays. And her cosplays are not like, you know, sexy style cosplays. They're like actual video game characters and things like that. That is all she does. So there should be, I mean, there should never be victim blaming, but there absolutely, in this situation, definitely no victim blaming whatsoever, because I have seen that in the comments. So I just wanted to bring that up, because that shit is insane. It is driving me nuts, man. Like, Emiru could have been stabbed by this guy. What I saw looked like a knife, man. It looked like a knife or a shiv or something. If it was just a pen, like, you know, whatever, but like, still, that's not, you can stab someone with a pen as well. This was an absolute travesty. And Emiru has been attacked in this way before. It was only earlier this year that in a, I think it was with Valkyrie and Cutie Cinderella, she got stalked by some random freak and everything like that. And, you know, they didn't do a bunch of IRL events after that. Like, you know, they had to kind of like put the kibosh on it for very understandable reasons. But this is like, this is a pattern of behavior where you have to have protection from stalkers. You have to have protection from psychopaths. And Twitch has cultivated a community with a lot of these types of people. So there's a reason to have security. And there is security at TwitchCon, but it's dog shit. As you can tell, it's absolutely dog shit. And not only that, so as a result of Emiru's status and, like, you know, her size as a streamer and everything like that, she had a big event at TwitchCon. An event that she was hosting. And as a result of doing that event, she is required to do this meet and greet. She's required to do this meet and greet, and she's required to not have proper security while doing it. This is fucking insane, and this is why I blame Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch. She actually had her own security 2 years ago stop a situation like this. A guy tried to put his hands on Emiru. You can find the footage. I'm not gonna, you know, search that footage up. And her favorite security guard, a proper security guard, grabbed the guy, did not beat him up or anything, grabbed the guy and held him until police arrived, which was exactly what the security guard is supposed to do. Literally exactly. And he handled it in the proper way, gave the guy to law enforcement, you know, all that stuff. Nothing out of, like, you know, out of the ordinary, nothing, like, you know, nothing egregious, didn't punch the guy out, didn't break his arm, nothing like that. And because of that event 2 years ago at TwitchCon, all security guards were disallowed at TwitchCon, especially Emiru's. Emiru's not allowed to have a security guard at TwitchCon anymore, that particular one, which is fucking insane. Someone actually does their job properly, stops a bad situation from happening, and you, Twitch itself, Emiru did not do this. Emiru likes the security guard because he does his fucking job. Twitch requires that security guard to be, you know, disallowed to the event. This is insane. This means that Twitch basically kind of like, you know, allowed the situation, enabled the situation to happen. This is why I blame Dan Clancy. This is why I blame Twitch. Situation gets more complicated. We'll hear it from Emiru's own words here.
I cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff.
This is about the meet and greet.
But in order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours. Because
so what Cinna is saying, not particularly eloquently there, is that you are required to do the meet and greet. You will get canceled for the actual event if you don't do the meet and greet. So you're being elbowed into doing this event.
I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting.
Same thing happened to Emiru.
So I'm sorry.
I kept my meet and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be fine.
Sorry.
She kept her meet and greet. And also, not only that, if you look at the longer clip, and I will show the longer clip in the description below as well, Emiru does come back out. So, you know, whether she felt compelled to do so because of, you know, needing to, you know, have that event happen and everything like that, you can't really cancel an event and, like, you know, expect your community to be happy about that and so on. Or whether it was, like, her choice because she wanted to, like, see her fans and everything. Emiru, later on, just a minute after being assaulted, comes back out like a fucking trooper and continues the meet and greet. I mean, like, Emiru, I feel so bad for her, man. This is such a terrible fucking situation. But you can see Emiru just came out. The camera's not very... There you go. You can see her there. So this is just like, you know, 1 minute, 46 seconds right after the assault actually occurred. Now, it continues. So, we have that. And, hold on, let me close this. This is another discussion from Emiru herself.
Okay,
This is talking about the security. This is her talking about the security guard that did his job 2 years ago and was disallowed at Twitch.
Alright, she'll talk about this whatever, who cares? I've had a
Let me mute my music because I think it'll drown her out. This video is made like potatoes.
2 years ago, where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him, and the guy wouldn't stop. So he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came or came.
This is Dan Clancy's Twitch.
Like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like permabanned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come. And,
what the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security guard. I can't have him at TwitchCon anymore.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Now, I'm tired of saying it gets worse, but it absolutely gets worse. And it'll get worse a few times more in this video before we're able to end the video. So Twitch, of course, did give their statement, their little apology. We hear you. We're sorry. You know, all that bullshit that every corporo does as soon as they're caught out doing something fucking dog shit that actually puts someone in danger. The safety and security of those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. What a fucking laugh. Behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident, I will link this in the description below, of course you can read it yourselves, involving a high-profile streamer, they can't even name her, Emiru, was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. By the way, female streamer of the year, Emiru, someone who's that big, someone who's that, you know, that much of a pillar in the streaming community. In line with the completely unacceptable, deeply upsetting. In line with the existing TwitchCon security protocols, which are dog shit, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. They let the guy go. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they're banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. Problem is, damage is already done. Problem is, they are not saying, very suspiciously, not saying anything about pressing charges, not pressing assault charges. I wonder why that is, guys. But yeah, we're coordinating with the impacted creators team, and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We'll see. So far, they haven't done that in previous years, so I have no reason, and you have no reason to believe them here. This is Corpo CYA. What CYA means, I'm working business in my day job to work in business, actual business, and not streaming. Streaming is, you know, just a side gig, and you know, I like to create fun videos for you guys. But my day job is actual business, so I'm very familiar with Corpo speak and translating Corpo speak. Let me translate for you. This is called cover your ass. They'll say anything that they possibly can to draw the heat away and you know, make everyone feel happy and, you know, make everyone feel safe so they don't have to cancel their fucking event, which they should. TwitchCon should be canceled. Not for this, but for the string of events, including this. And we'll go over all those events after this as well. Anyways, going on. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point and have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. There's no numbers. There's no specifics. There's no, we've increased it by 200%. We've doubled security. We've tripled security. None of that. There's no information at all, by the way, about that. I wonder why. The reason is that they're probably not giving the actual due resources that this should have. You can tell because they didn't have due resources for the beginning of TwitchCon either. So can you imagine their increase would be a proper amount? I fucking doubt it. Twitch has zero policy for harassment and acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. This is the most laughable statement. This is the most laughable fucking statement. But it gets worse. It's really important to us that our creators enjoy their experience at TwitchCon and feel safe. We regret their experience was disrupted by this horrible incident. This is the same TwitchCon, by the way, where, you know, beforehand in TwitchCon 2022, Adriana Chechik had broken backs because of an event at TwitchCon. Ankle injuries as well for Locke Vanessa, which is another streamer, and many others filing lawsuits over negligence for an event at TwitchCon for like a ball pit. I don't know if you guys remember that. It wasn't really a ball pit. It was like, you know, like these little like foam squares or whatever. People were jumping in, and it wasn't well made, and a girl broke her back. Another one broke her ankle, you know, so on and so forth. Insane shit. In 2022, you know, sexual harassment happened. I don't know, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, what the hell? Hold on, sorry. I accidentally clicked this and it brought something up. In 2022, a cosplayer was targeted with hate raids, racist comments. Streamer Stephanie Cavender, I wrote these down on the side, was grabbed by an attendee for more sexual assault, more harassment. There's absolutely like tons of situations where VTubers were forced to unmask. There was, you know, they weren't allowed to wear certain masks and so on and so forth, because, you know, that's a big thing in the VTuber community. But a lot of them VTube because they're not feeling safe to show their real identity. You know, not most, I would say like a significant number of streamers are, majority streamers probably are, you know, face streamers. They have their face, but a lot of them don't feel comfortable doing that. But, you know, at TwitchCon, you're required to, you know, show your face at certain events and so on and so forth. You're not allowed to wear a mask and things like that, which is, you know, another layer of security that's shredded for a lot of streamers. Feeling safe, guys? No, I think not. Fast forward to 2024, TwitchCon San Diego. Last year, we had the entire situation. Feel free to look this up. It's massive how many issues happened. Rampant harassment. Kick streamers from, you know, Kick is the streaming platform that's like the direct competitor to Twitch. Huge Kick streamers crashed the event. Paid intruders chased creators like XQC. NMP got groped. You know, these are other large creators on the platform. People were being like shoved into trains, possibly like, you know, if they were, you know, not fast enough and stuff, they could have landed in front of the train. That shit was happening. You can find footage of it from last year's Twitch San Diego. It is fucking insane. Massive amounts of roofing. You can look all those incidents up. All kinds of horrific sexual harassment allegations. This is every single year at TwitchCon. All the way back in 2019, my first year of streaming, I can tell you this much because I remember it. I've never gone to TwitchCon. I probably never will go to TwitchCon. But I can tell you, like, I remember all the events of the previous TwitchCons because I have a lot of friends that are at these events. I have several friends at TwitchCon this year, and I'm in touch with them. I'm making sure they're safe. Then I'm also telling them, guys, it's probably not a good idea for you guys to stay at TwitchCon. Like, go to the San Diego Zoo, like, hang out with your friends, you know, things like that. Go to some arcades, go to some fun shit, but don't go back to TwitchCon. This place is not safe. And, you know, there was an entire issue last year and the year before very directly with glass covers at major TwitchCon parties and events not being offered. So, you know, people were worried that their drinks would get roofied, and there were very much reports every single year of girls and guys, some guys, but obviously more girls, getting roofied at these events. They, you know, they had horror stories. I woke up and, you know, I didn't know where I was, you know, all kinds of stuff. And thankfully, most of them had their friends take care of them. But that didn't change the fact that someone tried to roofie these poor people. It absolutely fucking unhinged insanity. Now, why is there so little security at TwitchCon? Why? Well, let's find out, guys. Let's find out. Here's something that is happening at TwitchCon. Gavin Newsom, fucking politician, governor of California, is at TwitchCon trying to recruit streamers to reach young voters. Political event, essentially. That is allowed at TwitchCon. We don't give a fuck about politics. Most streamers. We don't care. Why the fuck are politicians being allowed at TwitchCon, and all the security probably is going to that type of thing, and instead of protecting the actual streamers, the actual people on the platform? I think a lot of the security, because you know, timing kind of relatively coincided. I don't know if this is exactly directly related, but you know, this probably didn't help. And you know, more focus is going on these types of political events as opposed to actually protecting creators on the platform. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that this has been a massive issue that has only gotten worse on Twitch in general. On Twitch, you have political streamers wishing death to people in real life. You have political streamers asking for and, you know, pushing their communities to send hate and, you know, create all kinds of, like, you know, disturbances, riots, inciting, and so on and so forth, and more, all over the platform. Instead of this platform being what it used to be about, gaming and creation, music creation, you know, things like that. That's what this platform used to be about. And in all of the political streams that I'm talking about, namely, one example is Hassan. He's like, you know, the darling of Twitch and everything. And there's many other Twitch streamers. They're the ones that have Dan Clancy, CEO Dan Clancy. This is why I'm leveling allegations against him. He is the one in their chats every single day. He's the one wishing them happy birthday. He's the one putting them on the front page of Twitch, highlighting their content. The most vicious, horrific, vitriolic content on the fucking platform. And because of that, this platform has had hate fester on both sides, on all sides, to an insane degree over the past 2-3 years. I think enough is enough. I think Dan Clancy has got to go. I'm calling for every single streamer to call out Dan Clancy, to call out him for not only this, but also to institute things like not allowing proper security to be had at TwitchCon, for not allowing individual creators to have their own favorite security guards that actually do their fucking job at TwitchCon. Instead, we have lackadaisical security. We have far less security. We have people getting harassed. In the first 3 hours of TwitchCon, one of the most famous streamers, one of the best streamers, she got fucking assaulted. And it's only going to get worse before it gets better. I think that it is time for Dan Clancy to go. Under his leadership, we have seen hate fester on this platform to an insane degree. And this is also bled into TwitchCon now. I think it's done. I think TwitchCon is cooked. I don't think we should have TwitchCon, period, until they get their fucking act together. If you're a creator, you're a Twitch streamer, you're a YouTuber, and you're like, man, I want to go to this event, guys, have your own meet and greets. Meet your friends, meet your communities, absolutely enjoy, have fun, be safe. But at TwitchCon, you cannot be assured your safety. I would not trust TwitchCon. And I think that they really need to figure out how to fix that. I think, you know, Twitch itself needs to not obfuscate this time, because this is what they usually do. Anytime a major event like this happens, Twitch, you know, they kind of huddle, they kind of huddle up and don't allow anyone into their processes. They don't talk about where the failure happened. They don't talk about what led to the decision of such and such idiotic thing happening. And this has happened time immemorial. I've covered some of these events on YouTube. I've covered some of these events on Twitch, you know, talking about it and you know, chatting with my community and stuff. But I can tell you, I have not even covered the surface of it. Way more horrific shit has happened than I've covered. I don't have time to cover it. I don't like to cover this stuff. I'm only really covering this stuff because A, I think Emiru is a great streamer. I've personally interacted with her. She's a great person. I don't want to see this happen. And B, I have friends directly at TwitchCon now. That's why I have a bone to pick in this race. That is why I'm being so serious about this. Dan Clancy needs to be fucking fired. We need to have insight into the process that led to this security failure at TwitchCon. We need to have TwitchCon be canceled for next year and the year after until we figure out how to actually improve security. And I'm talking about actual specifics. Which security companies are being hired, that kind of thing. Because, you know, security companies are not dime a dozen. They're not all created equal. There's good ones and there's bad ones, just like there is for every single company. And there's many really good security companies in California. It's a very rich place. So I don't think that a security guard who, you know, takes a guy who is assaulting your ward in this case and just letting them walk away, this is not a high-quality security guard. I'm fucking sorry. Suck my fucking dick, Dan Clancy, if you're gonna act like this security guard did his job right. Suck my dick, Dan Clancy and Twitch staff, if you think that not having this guy arrested and brought up on charges is correct use. Suck my dick, Dan Clancy and Twitch, if you think that this is showing that you have a zero tolerance policy for harassments or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. You have not even remotely banned the people calling for actual violence on your platform. Why the fuck do you think we would believe you for actually taking care of a real security issue at your live event? You're cooked. We all know it. So fix your shit, or we will make sure we will not shut the fuck up, none of the people on this platform, until the people that should be fired are fired. That's my take, guys. I just want to tell you how it is. Obviously not a fun event. Obviously not something I like to cover. Normally I just cover awesome indie games, things like that. And we'll get back to that soon. But this is an important enough event, and I do cover some Twitch news here and there. Now, I hope to cover happier news for Twitch. Usually, TwitchCon is, you know, time for announcements for what's happening at Twitch, what kind of things will be improved on the platform, you know, things like that. But this absolutely takes precedence. So I'll always tell it how it is. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think of this event? What do you guys think of the footage? What do you guys think should happen for Twitch to improve this event? What do you guys think should happen to improve the security at the event? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give this video a like, a sub, share it with your friends, and share it with every single content creator on Twitch that you possibly can, because I think that what I'm saying is not some kind of crazy thing. I don't think I'm talking out of my ass here. I don't think anything that I'm saying is going to shock anyone. I really think most people on this platform feel the same way, especially when it comes to the safety of actual people, when it comes to security at live events that everyone wants to go to. Everyone wants to feel safe enough to go to something like TwitchCon. But because of the way Twitch is as a platform right now, and because of the way Twitch handles security for the live events, I really do think that it is time for some actual, real, and measurable change. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, give this video a like, a sub, share it with your friends to raise the awareness of this event. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for your time, and we'll cover some more awesome gaming news soon, including, of course, some fun stuff like Arc Raiders. I've been playing the Arc Raiders playtest and many other fun things. League of Legends Worlds is going on as well. You know, all kinds of indie games as well. So just a little bit of a taste of things I normally do cover if you're coming here from Twitch News or whatever, which is a very, very small fraction of what I cover. But thank you guys. Take care.